Hi everyone, welcome to Linda's Thrifty Life. I am here to do this 15 question tag that's been going around. I got tagged by Kathy's favorite things, so I thought I'd just pop on and do it. I have to go and do a pickup from Big Lots. I will park in the parking lot and call them, and they will bring out my big boxes of coffee that Mom and I use. It's an outing. I'm excited. So, the first question is, what was your first job? Well, I babysat. I don't, I guess that's a job, but I like a real paying job. I worked one little Christmas in a little gift store. But I would say my first real job was when I was in Hawaii and I worked for a company and I started out in the mailroom and I would divide up the mail, and I had one of those little carts like you see, and I would go through. It was a bank or something. I can't even remember. I mean, we're talking a long time ago, people. I was like 18 or 19. I think I was 19 when I had that job. I had been going to school, and I had dropped out for. I was going to college, and I had gotten married and dropped out and was working. Stupid girl, stupid girl. But I would roll my little cart around and deliver the mail. And so I got to meet a lot of the people in the bank. And I was young and cute and stupid. And I did pretty well. And then we moved. And my next job that was a job I really liked and where I really learned a lot was I got a job in an insurance company as an accounts, I want to say payable person, accounts payable. And I knew nothing, but they liked me, and it was just a small business, and it was in Massachusetts, and they took me on. The finance manager took me on, and the girl that was in charge of the bookkeeping department, she taught me bookkeeping. And I worked there, and I really liked it, and I found I was really good at it. Now, I am not a math person. I barely got through basic geometry too, but what's the other one? Algebra. I mean, I just am not a good math person. But this made sense to me. This came in, this went out, this balanced, and, it just made sense to my logic side of my mind. So that kind of set the path for me for a long time for a lot of jobs I had. I worked also at Woods Hole Oceanographic out there on Woods Hole, Massachusetts, Cape Cod. I worked in the travel department and processing, what did they call it? I'm having a little brain thing here, but because this was a long time ago too. But they would bring me all their receipts, or they could get a per diem for their trips, because the scientists were traveling all over the place, and all of the people on the ships, they would get per diem or expenses or different things. Anyway, I processed all that, and then there was another girl in the travel office. She made all the arrangements for the travel, the airline reservations and hotel reservations, but I handled the money part of it. And I really liked it. That was probably one of the most favorite jobs I've ever had. Woods Hole was gorgeous, and I got to meet all these really interesting people. And I don't know how many of you remember when Bob Ballard and his little submersible submarine, the Alvin, they found the Titanic. Well, I knew him. He was a scientist there at the Woods Hole Oceanographic, and the pilot of the Alvin was a guy named Dudley that was a friend of mine, and in fact I rented a room in his house. So it's a small world sometimes, but I love that job. That was probably one of my favorite jobs. So I've been in and out of all sorts of accounting and bookkeeping jobs pretty much until I retired. My present job is being a retired / caretaker for my mother and a grandma. And the grandma part is the best job ever. I love being a grandma. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, I just can't get enough of it. I miss my grandkids so much right now. But we talk and do some video chats, and we will get through this. And what was my dream job? I don't know. Working at Woods Hole was pretty much a dream job. The only other thing I might have liked to do was something in the entertainment industry, either act or be a radio host or, something like that. I don't know. I just always liked that kind of thing. I did a lot of acting in school. All right, moving on. What is your favorite food? Gosh, that is really hard for me because I'm just a moody eater. It's like, I'm in the mood for Mexican food, and some days it's like, no, no, no. So, what is something I can always eat? Cookies. I love cookies. Not cake, but cookies. I love cookies. I'm a cookie monster. And milk. I love milk and cookies a lot. We'll just leave it at that. My favorite pet, a cat. I've always loved cats. I had my first cat when I was in grade school, and I've just loved them ever since. I've had dogs around me and owned dogs before, family dogs, but I'm a cat girl. So, what is my favorite footwear? Oh, sandals. I'm just a sandal girl for sure. Slip-ons now, or even with just one strap around the back. But I cannot stand anything covering my heels. I have real narrow heels, and I have always struggled with wearing shoes that rub my heel. So now when I found, I don't think I have a pair in here, but sneakers that are slip-ons, I'm like, with no heel, oh yeah, wedge kind of things, those are for me. So I don't think I own a pair of shoes right now that has a full back on them. My favorite candy, it comes and goes, but there are two that I really, really like, and you probably know one, which is caramel and chocolate. I just love caramel and chocolate, and the salted caramel is just really hits my fancy. And then I would say one of my all-time favorite candies is turtles. I just love a pecan, a caramel, and chocolate. That is like the ultimate in candy. What color is my vehicle? It is silver. My mom picked it out. We bought a new car, and oh gosh, 3 or 4 years ago, and we got a Toyota Corolla, Toyota. We got a Toyota. I don't know what it is. I'm so bad. Camry, not a Corolla. Camry. Hoping that she could get in and out of it easier. It's still a struggle, but that's what I drive. And my favorite color is, of course, pink. I love pink. Pink, 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 pink. And then my second favorite color would be blue. All kinds of blue. This color blue. But I like blue a lot too. My favorite holiday would have to be Christmas, probably always has been. I love the excitement. I love all the decorations. I love the colors. I love presents. I love surprising people. I love giving presents, and I just like Christmas. And now with my children, and then now with my grandchildren, it's just so much fun. Am I a night owl or an early bird? I am such a night owl. When I worked, and even when I stayed home and took care of my children for many years, stayed home with them, it was a struggle for me to get up. And I did because I had to get them off to school, or I did because I had to get myself to work. But there used to be a running joke at many of my jobs that if you needed something from Linda, don't even talk to her until after 10 o'clock, because she's not really awake until after that time. And that is when I learned to drink coffee too. Learning to working. And now that I'm retired, I just let my body, do what it wants. And I'll stay up to 12, 1 o'clock, easy, and then sleep 8 hours and get up like 9 o'clock. My favorite day of the week, I've never really, when I worked, it was always the weekend. And right now it still is the weekend. And I would say that's because that's when I get to see my grandkids usually. Of course, we're not seeing anybody right now, but during the school year, especially the weekends, is when I try to see them every weekend. So I would say the weekends. Do I like tattoos? I do. I don't mind them at all. I find some absolutely beautiful and some really not my cup of tea, but I don't have any tattoos. I've thought about getting one. I've even, but at this point in my life, I probably won't. But my son-in-law, Blake, has tattoos, and I really like them. I like them a lot. Can you drive a stick shift? Why, yes, I can. Growing up, that was, one of my first cars was a stick shift. I learned to drive a little Volkswagen Beetle stick shift. I had a little English sports car, a little convertible English sports car that was a stick shift. Now, granted, I haven't driven one in a long time, but the last time I tried, it came right back to me. So, do you like veggies? I do. I mean, there are some I don't like, but most veggies I do like. I don't like anything in the sweet potato, that kind of family. No, no, no. And I don't like Brussels sprouts. I can eat them, but I don't care for them. Do I wear glasses? Why, yes, I do. I didn't wear glasses as a kid. It was definitely the middle-aged, when my arms got too short to hold things out so I could see them. And I got my first reading glasses and started with just over-the-counter, magnifying glasses, and then worked my way up. And right now I have trifocals. I have distance, middle, so I could see like the camera, and then reading. And I've worn them. I've never tried contacts. I just don't think that I could put something in my eye. And what is my favorite season? That's question 15. I was going to say spring until this year. So I have not enjoyed this spring at all. Usually I love spring and the bursts of color, and that new green is just so stunning, and all the flowers blooming. But this year it's just been a tough spring. So if you ask me today, which you are, or they are, or somebody is, I guess I would say fall. I like it when the temperatures drop, because here in Georgia it can get quite hot and humid in the summer. And I like it in the fall when the temperatures start cooling off and you can be outside a little more and enjoy it. We are just a couple hours from the mountains, the Appalachians, the Great Smoky Mountains. I guess that is the Appalachians. And we can drive up there and see the leaves, and some years they are stunning, just the colors of the leaves changing. So, I would say that's it for me. So I hope you learned a few things about me. I probably talked way longer than I needed to, but I haven't chatted with you for a little bit. I am going to tag 3 people. I'm going to tag, try to get this out, Elsa the Bargain Hunter. I'm going to tag Bonbon's Halls, and I'm going to tag Dana Mahnke. So there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be back later and talk to you soon. I gotta go get my coffee. Yay, I get to go out of the house. Bye now.